Anthony James highlights with the Northern Iowa Panthers.
Graduation, and they tell us Chapman's done an exceptional job of filling that hole. There's a nice rebound there by Anthony James, the senior from St. Louis.
A lot faster than you and I and many other guards. And there's a lob pass, good feed by
Hook inside, gets the bucket and the foul, and he'll go for the three-point play.
Anthony James, a nice lob pass because he saw that the weak side defender was not looking. There's a lob over the top, good post up by Cook. Echnike late, gets the foul. Chapman and Mitchell. Chapman hit a three in that last trip.
And McDermott, kind of a bad angle there, and now bodies flying all over the floor.
Well, Jake Cook has done an excellent job now on McDermott. There's not been any help. There's kind of some fake doubles, but basically it's been one-on-one with McDermott trying to score over Jake Cook, and Cook has held his own. There's that ball screen that drags two defenders off. Now, Tuttle can make some threes. Hasn't hit very many, but he hits enough that keeps you honest.
James with 7 on the shot clock. And that's exactly what Northern Iowa also needs to do here in Omaha. Hit the threes like they did on Saturday. First in the conference in threes made heading into tonight's contest.
What a weapon off the bench. James off that down pick. There's another guy with a quick trigger.
Jays could tie it on this possession. Chapman tried to dish it to McDermott, but James was there for the steal.
A good heads-up play by James to keep playing through the possession.
Look at this possession. You have 4 purple jerseys on the perimeter, only 1 inside, and there it goes to Cook with 15 on the shot clock. On McDermott. Jake Cook already with 7 tonight. Raggi with some help in the steal. Here come the Jays. Sonnen with a nice weak side rebound. One and done on that possession for the Jays. James weaving through traffic and gets the deuce. He just sliced through that defense like butter in a hot knife.
Again, Sonnen real quiet.
Yeah, only one field goal attempt to this point. James driving on Manigat with 7 on the shot clock.
Well, Manigat is the Jays' best defender. James has been able to score. He's been able to get some angles off some ball screens.
Many across the country, many scribes, many national recognized scribes will say that Doug McDermott right now is the player of the year in the entire country. And right now, his Blue Jays are up 35-28 as we near the 1-minute mark left here in the opening half of play of the NBC on ESPN3. James pulls up from 15 and he drains it. And AJ has 13 here in the first half. Johnson, the freshman from Texas, in and out. Rank with the rebound. Now time, down to 2. James with 1 second, pulls up, hits it at the buzzer. And Northern Iowa gets a little momentum going to the locker room at the half, trailing 37-32 here after 20 minutes of play from Omaha. Manigat just short. And after a cool start to the non-conference season for Giants, he has opened things up from beyond 3 in the conference season, going 13 of 19, and Anthony James picking up right where he left off here in the second half.
Well, James has the hot hand. Woo. Quick hitters, transition points.
Yeah, Northern Iowa's got to get transition defense, got to get back on defense as quickly as possible, or you don't get that second chance points. There's Tuttle with the 3. At least you and I saw, Kevin. It looked more inadvertent as Chapman was on the drive trying to keep his balance. Cook on McDermott inside. Gibbs was running out of time. He's trying to get somebody to cut. Nobody at home. Nobody read it. Northern Iowa. Here's James right to the hole. Anthony James is putting on a show on the road here tonight.
3 ball. Egoff in and out. Tuttle with the rebound.
Well, Egoff will continue to look for that 3 ball. He has improved dramatically.
A floater up and in by Anthony James. They get him going in the scoring book, and it'll be a tough day.
Anthony James can really turn a corner. He's a very quick release for the senior out of St. Louis. This would be a very important game for Northern Iowa to handle the ball well because of the ability of Sim Edgeworth and Walt Lemons Jr. to steal and turn those steals into instant points.
That one doesn't draw iron, and James has it on the miss by Pickett. That one is good. Basket goes for Jalen Crawford.
And Crawford has been given the Braves a huge lift off the bench, and that was a much-needed drink of water after a long dry spell by the Braves.
Big 3 from Crawford. Ohana with the bounce pass into Tuttle, leaving James open for 3.
Well, we talked about Tuttle's ability to pass. A little inside-outside action by the Panthers has set Tuttle the second assist of the afternoon.
This is Northern Iowa's kind of game.
And Walt Lemon was 7. They little pressure here. Try to take the Panthers out of their half-court rhythm and tempo.
James scores over Prosser.
Well, Jake Cook at 6'9" is difficult to press the Panthers because Cook is an excellent passer for a 4-man, and it lets your scorer there, Anthony James, be able to score at the end of the press. Derikas Sims Edwards, and he just overpowered Anthony James on that last move.
James slips away. Cook for 3. That goes.
And the Panthers have taken some quick shots here to start the half and some off-balance shots as Ben Jackson is going to go to his bench here in the next dead ball situation.
There's a steal. Back the other way, Lemon Jr. And James can't make. It's an 11-point lead for Northern Iowa as Bradley tries to cut into it and cannot.
Well, the pace was picking up, and now Deion Mitchell elects to slow it down again. Including 3 of 4 from the three-point line.
He has 19. He scored 26, a career high in a game last year against Northern Iowa as Jake Cook hits a 3 and stretches the lead to 8.
And this Carver crowd is on their feet, wanting a defensive stop by the Braves.
Sonnen, can he quiet them? Yes. Big 3 from Mark Sonnen.
Huge. That play set up by Anthony James. A good, again, great patience by Northern Iowa.
Rich Savosa, I'm John Rooney, Missouri Valley Conference basketball. Northern Iowa in white, the Creighton Blue Jays, the number 13 team in the country in blue. And here's James. Straight up with the shot, his second field goal today. He has 4 points. Here's Young, and he was altered by Jake Cook's presence. Good shot.
Good job by Cook, forcing him to his right.
James hits a long 3. He has 7. He's beginning to feel it. All the way through the lane, circling back to the free throw line. Jones, high arc and short. Jake Cook for Northern Iowa. James getting a little more attention now from Jones. Looks open and right back to Anthony. Pick set by Tuttle. Short this time for James.
Allowing the least amount of points. I'd say right now Ben Jacobs' team has done the job on the defensive end.
Allowing 60.8 points a game. But now on offense. One-hand shot, all bottoms. James has 9. 7 in the second half. 55-52 Panthers. Back to a 1-point game. Sonnen outside for James.
Creighton switches to his zone defense.
From the baseline, counted.
Armstead misses the jumper. Here comes Northern Iowa. The floater by James, his first two. He's 8th in the conference in points a game. 1 minute left. 23-22. Who does that favor?
I think the pace of this game is definitely where Northern Iowa wants to be. Now, Wichita State can also grind it out because they're so good defensively. But I think Northern Iowa is right where they want to be right now.
James. Blocked. Are they going to count the bucket? They're going to get a foul before the shot.
5 in the country, but number 1 in the Big East with a 6-1 Big East record right now, led by Vander Blue. I love that name. Love that team.
No word on if the Marquette bat is traveling from the Bradley Center to the Yum Center to follow that team.
I actually had that happen to me one time in a game, and I would go in the arena. We didn't start the game until the bat was gone. That's what a big chicken I am.
If you missed that story, there was a bat in the Bradley Center when Marquette was hosting a couple of Big East games. Even got its own Twitter account.
Yeah, my neighborhood, that's a flying rat. I don't deal with them.
Williams feeling it. Off the mark on the jumper.
1 and done. Good block off again for the white jerseys.
Slow start to the second half, just like the first half for the Panthers.
Points are at a premium. It's almost like the only way you're going to score points is off of turnovers in this game.
Sonnen. James alone. In the corner. 3 ball for Anthony James.
Well, in sales, you got to be a closer. And Northern Iowa today has to learn how to close the deal.
How do they do that?
Continue to play stingy defense on the defensive end by doubling Carl Hall and then the rotation and 1 and done. On the offensive end, play to your strengths. Look for Sonnen.
AJ, number 52 in white, Anthony James, surrounded by black jerseys, drew the foul. Number 23 in white, Sonnen, will inbounds from the side. If you're Ben Jacobson right now, you're obviously able to dial up a set play. What do you think it's going to be?
I'd look for some type of either inside out or penetration with ball reversal to the backside. He's got available shooters. There's one of them, Chip Rank, number 4. Now the on-ball screen.
James takes it himself.
Under control. Good spacing. Successful possession.
Largest lead of the game for Northern Iowa.
Chip Rank against Hall.
They get it to him. Low post pass, Cotton, no good. The rebound to Tuttle.
When was the last time you saw an offensive rebound and a stick back for Wichita State? They live and die with that opportunity.
James feeling it. He's in double digits. And it's an 8-point Panthers lead. Armstead can't quiet the crowd.
1 and done.
A 15-2 run over the last 5 minutes. And James again. Greg Marshall wants to call off the troops. And Anthony James has gone on an individual 6-0 run for the Panthers.